I really get very emotional about this. A lot of times I'm really holding back the tears, but I look around and I see all the families there that are so happy. The very first time Brandon went out to play baseball, he was so excited. He was just grinning from ear to ear, talking to everybody, and he just had a great time. I mean, that feeling of being part of a team, which is something he had never really experienced before. Curtis, the thing that I remember the most about his first game was when he was out playing and he got his first hit, and he just came running off the field screaming, "Daddy, Daddy, did you see me? I hit, I hit."
I love to play baseball because I love to bat and play second baseman.
The Miracle League gives Brandon and Curtis both a lot of self-esteem. I think that it's really helped them to be a little more outward, to be involved in the sport, new friends, new people. And I think without that, I think they maybe would feel a little bit left out. And now they get to play ball just like everybody else does.
It was said a long, long time ago that baseball is our national tonic. It restores our hope and revitalizes our confidence, I think is the way the quote went. And that fits perfectly in the Miracle League. It's a wonderful vehicle to restore their confidence in what they can do and their abilities.
So it's a real joy to be out here and play. It means a lot to me. It's just a whole lot of fun. It's just the most fun I've ever had.
These are kids who are used to cheering on their brothers and sisters who are able-bodied possibly and playing other sports, and they have to watch all the time. And finally, this is the chance for everyone to cheer for them. It's the only time where everyone either gives you a hug or a high five when they cross home plate, and the parents aren't heckling you.
None of these kids would be able to participate in baseball if it wasn't for a field like the Miracle League.
This gives them a chance to come out and play on a field that's designed for them, with rules that are designed to make it the most enjoyable experience it can be for them.
You cannot run a wheelchair or a walker through a grass field, raised bases. All those things don't work for kids that have ambulatory devices. We've paved 15,000 square feet, just like a parking lot, and covered it with a smooth surface so that the chairs can roll, the walkers can go, that these kids can move around the field.
And the field being as accessible as it is for wheelchairs, walkers, any child can come and play.
Most of these kids, this is the highlight of their week. The 8 weeks we have in the spring and 8 weeks we have in the fall. It's all about baseball.
We have the signs in the outfield, we have the umpire, we have the announcers. We start the games with a little bit of ceremony. We want them to know that they're playing real baseball.
When I pick her up from daycare in the afternoon, she's like, "Baseball? Baseball?" I'm like, "No, that's Saturday." And so she kind of counts down the days.
They just love to play the game. They love to hit the ball, to hear their name called, to hear the crowd cheer for them. Their faces just light up.
You don't have to watch the kids play very long to see what kind of passion they bring to this field. These kids have needed this for a long time. They're some of the greatest players I've ever seen play the game.
As a parent, it just really made me feel good that there was a time that I could sit down and watch my kids play sports. Some of them their child's never done anything like this, and it's just the first for them, and they just think it's great. I've seen parents crying, I've been crying. The whole thing can be very, very emotional.
So this is really dear to me because I have two daughters. I had Mackenzie, who's 4, and then Peyton, who's 8. When we had Peyton, we found out she had cerebral palsy. We knew there'd be no cheerleading. We knew there'd be no gymnastics. We knew there'd be no baseball. And it hurts, but it was something we just had to face the fact that was never going to happen. But this gives her the ability to do that. This is the only way we can sit in the stands and cheer for her, is because of the Miracle League, and that's just why it's so dear to us and so dear, in fact, to Peyton.
You see your son not being able to do the things that other kids are able to do, and out here, he's just part of the team.
It gives my son, I love him more than anything in the world, a chance to play baseball, my favorite sport. And so it was just an amazing combination.
When the parents get to talk and sit with other parents who are going through the same experience they are, and the kids get to play on a team with other kids who are like them.
It's just really helpful for a lot of the families. The families sometimes don't have a lot of outlets, and this is one of the best outlets you can have because it's such a family atmosphere.
You know, you feel like you're making an impact on their lives. You feel like you're making an impact in the community, and it's just fun.
You see a lot of people walking around wondering what to do with their life and saying, why am I here? You don't hear that from anybody who's involved out here. They know what they're doing.
Happy, joyful. That's pretty much how I could word it. I can't even imagine how much time and effort they put into this.
A lot of times when I'm sitting in the stands and I'm looking around at all the families, the parents, brothers, sisters, I think about the community and what a big effort the community has put into building this ball field. And it really is like a miracle.
Now, what did the umpire say when you crossed home plate?
Game.
Safe, that's right.
After watching these kids play,
He just needs to run down the ATM
it's just
in St. George.
It's just really hard to accept the thought that there's still kids out there who aren't playing.
What I would encourage everyone to do is to come to at least one game. You come to that game, you're going to be touched by it. You're going to see the difference it makes in these kids' lives. And again, there's literally 100 different ways you can get involved in the Miracle League.
All we need is for people to come out and watch, and once they come out and watch, the next question is, how can I get involved? It just happens.